6.1, characteristics of exponential functions. What is an exponential function? It's a function in the form f of x is equal to coefficient a multiplied by b to the power of x, where a and b cannot equal 0 and b must be greater than 0. The shape of your graph can be increasing or decreasing depending on b. So if we look at our two types of graphs that you're going to see, we have an exponential growth function, and this is a graph that's increasing from quadrant 2 to quadrant 1. And this always happens when that b value is greater than 1. So if that b is a 1.5 or 2 or 7 or 100, you're going to get this similar exponential growth looking shape. Okay. As we look at exponential decay, you're going to notice that it's decreasing from quadrant 2 to quadrant 1. And this always happens when b is greater than 0 but less than 1. So that b value could be 0.2, 0.3, it could be 3/4, it could be 5/8. It's somewhere in between 0 and 1, and it always gives you this decreasing function. Okay, so what are the characteristics of exponential functions? As you noticed in the last slide, the function never crossed the x-axis. It was always above the x-axis. So there are no x-intercepts. Okay, the exponential functions never cross the x-axis. The y-intercept is always equal to your a value. So whatever this a value is, that is what your y-intercept is going to be. So your y-intercept is always going to be at the point 0, a. Now, as you noticed, the end behavior, it always extends from quadrant 2 to quadrant 1. But we can have increasing or decreasing functions. So your function is going to increase when your b is greater than 1, and your function is going to decrease when your b is between 0 and 1. Domain and range. Okay, well, I noticed that my graphs extended outwards to the left and outwards to the right, which means my x values are going to continue getting smaller and my x values are going to continue getting bigger. So I can say here that x is an element of the real numbers. Okay, for my range, well, I know that I'm never going to cross the x-axis. If I never cross the x-axis, my y is always going to have to be greater than 0. It never touches the x-axis. Okay, but beyond that, y can be an element of the reals, as long as it's greater than 0.